Hey guys, before we get started with today's episode, I need to respond to the EDH Tag challenge I received from another YouTube channel you all know and love. Of course, I'm talking about Affinity For Commander. So shoutouts to Alex and Martin. Hope we get to have you on the channel one day. Now I'll go as quickly as I can because I realize we have an episode to watch and I don't want to take up your entire day there, guys. So let's start off with the first category, which is what decks I have. Now, chances are, if you have been subscribed to the channel for at least a little while, you're part of our EDHCC family, you've probably seen some of my older videos, and you'll probably recognize the first three generals on the left right away. For example, we've got Kali of the Vast, which is basically a Mardu general that focuses on cheating demons, dragons, and angels into play for free. Oops, sorry, get that card there. Next, of course, we have Una, Queen of the Fae. She is a Dimir general that focuses on deck destruction. The rest of your deck is pretty much just controlling the field until you mill out your opponent. And with the tokens you get, you are either able to attack your opponent outright or pillow fort your way to victory. Then, of course, we have my personal favorite, Risk the Redeemed, which just doubles your tokens endlessly. If you don't believe me, go and look at our first 4-player video and you'll be shocked at how many tokens we got during that match. For the other decks that you've probably seen played on the channel a few times, we've got my mono black Maronar. That's got tons of relentless rats, for example, not to mention this gives them fear. You can actually make tokens by sacrificing rats. We have the oh so awesome mono red Krenko Mob Boss, in my opinion, the best goblin general in the game that lets you essentially make your goblin army go crazy with tokens in play. We got mono green Titania Protector of Argoth, that by sacrificing and recycling your lands, you're able to make a bunch of 5/3 tokens. That's always cool. Then we have Sisters of Stone Death, which is Golgari, another one of my favorite combination of colors. As long as you have basically play a lot of mana ramp in this deck, she focuses on basically controlling your opponent's creatures and stealing the ones that you can when you have the mana for it. And finally, my second favorite general of all, Atraxa Praetor's Voice, because Super Friends is just too much fun, especially when you can proliferate at the end of every single one of your turns. And for those of you who continuously ask me in the comments if I actually plan to make or do any more deck techs, really I am. This is actually the next one I'll be working on. As you can see, I'm slowly trying to foil out the deck. It's just, unfortunately, got bills to pay and stuff like that as well too. As you can see, I got some nice stuff here like Doubling Season, Hallowed Fountain, Gilded Lotus, Elspeth, Jace, and so on. So when it's finished, maybe in the next couple of months, hopefully, I will definitely be using this next for a video-based deck tech. So definitely look forward to that, guys. I'm just gonna go put this over here, back with the other generals, and there we go. All right, so the next category talks about what we are currently working on. Now, I only have one deck that I'm currently working on, which is this right here. It is Rafiq of the Many. And Rafiq is our first and only, I think, banned general we've ever used on the channel, to my knowledge. And its ability to give double strike made it one of the cooler generals from the earlier days of Commander, in my opinion. For other members, I don't really know what the Mad Scientist is playing right now or what he was planning to make, because this is always like a secret until like the last minute. But Jimmy is working on Suvasa the Sunlit and Estrid the Mask from the 2018 Commander product. And Kieran is working on the Sliver deck using the only Sliver we haven't used as a general yet, which is a Sliver Legion. The next category is our most expensive cards that we own. I only got to ask a few people, so I don't have everybody's answer, but I'll give you as many as I know. For Jimmy's, he and I both have this card. His is a revised Bayou. Goes for about, keep in mind these prices are moderate condition, and it's Canadian dollars. It goes for about 370 bucks. Kieran's most expensive is an original Alliance's Force of Will, which goes for around $90. The Mad Scientist's most expensive card is the one you see him use a lot on the channel, which is Mana Drain. He got the one from Iconic Masters, which currently sits around $70. And mine is a 3rd edition Underground Sea. Now, I actually bought this card, traded cards and paid a little cash for it a year and a half ago, and it was about $4.50. I actually thought it was the same price. I don't follow when spikes happen, but yeah, man, you should have seen me earlier today when I was looking up the prices for this to see if there was any change. I almost comically spit out my drink cartoon style on my computer when I saw that the cheapest possible one I could find that was heavily played was $800. All we need is like Will Smith doing his ching ching. That is crazy. And now knowing that, the only other 2 dual lands I'm missing to make my set are Tundra and Volcanic Island, and I don't think I'll be buying any of those anytime soon. Next up is our favorite board wipes. Normally, you would think I would say Damnation, but there are very few creatures in my play group that they play that have Regenerate built into them. And also, I like my board wipes that clear away as many threats as possible or give you a bonus of some kind. So my choices are Planar Cleansing and Decree of Pain. I like Planar Cleansing because Planeswalkers are a big part of Commander, and there's not very many cards that get rid of them in a board wipe-ish effect. So I do like that. And also, I love Decree of Pain's fact you can cycle it to get rid of smaller creatures. Like, let's say you're playing against a Krenko deck, you get rid of those tokens as quickly as possible. You can cycle it if you don't have the mana to cast it. And if you can cast it, you can expect to get some massive card draw in exchange for it afterwards. Next up is the cards I hate to play against. There's not many. I'd say truthfully, it's mostly has to be cards that stop you from interacting, such as Winter Orb, Rule of Law, where you only can play 1 spell a turn, or say Stasis, for example. Because at that point, you don't get to play the game. Other than that, there's not really much. Next up is my favorite colors to play. For me, hands down, it's Celestia or Golgari. Give me any combination of green with white or black, and that is when I'm either at my best or I have the most fun. For sure, for sure. Next category is my least favorite color. I think all the colors are great, to be honest, but I can't give such a vague answer like that. I've got to be honest and say red. But that's only because outside of a few cards like Chaos Warp, red has very little in the way of casting cost spells that deal with enchantments and powerhouse creatures immediately. But it's still a great color, but that would be why, if I had a choice in what colors to use, it would be the last I would choose. And for the last category is what archetype I'd want to see support for. Guys, no doubt about it, samurais! You can play in games or on TV shows, animes like, for example, Monster Hunter, Dynasty Warriors, Samurai Champloo, and even Afro Samurai for why I like them. I just like the swords and some of them that carry the armor and go around just being awesome. I'd love to make a multicolored samurai deck with an actual appropriate samurai general. And for effects, I mean, what would make it great is, you know how samurais often have Bushido. So I'd say you should make the general have the ability to make samurai tokens. And that it gets an extra Bushido for each other samurai on the field. That would be epic. Man, I would love this. Oh wait, I almost forgot about the episode. Sorry guys, sorry. I realized we have an episode to get through. So before I get us started with it, let me just keep the EDH Tag Challenge going. So I challenge my good friends, Rathalos Soul, Royal Collectibles. I also would like to challenge TheMagicalDev, MrPhilGee, and EDHAcademy. So I can't wait to see your responses, guys, and thank you again, Alex and Martin from Affinity For Commander for challenging me. And now, without any further ado, let's get to our first ever all request episode. Alright guys, welcome to episode 57 of EDH Commander Challenge. I am your host, PT, and we got ourselves, for the first time ever, a request match where I picked two of our family members, aka our subscribers, and we had two of my buddies here come up with decks to represent them. So starting off here on the left, we've got
Nezahal.
And you're representing the Appalling Dragon, who actually plays that deck as well. Can you want to explain what your Nezahal does, please?
Well, Nezahal is a 7/7 for 7. He can't be countered. You have no maximum hand size. And sorry, what was the last ability again? Whenever your opponent casts a non-creature spell, I get to draw a card. And if I discard 3 cards, I can temporarily exile him, and he comes back on my next end step. So
he's really hard to kill, and like I can invoke a lot of, I guess they're called cantrips, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it's called Pain.
Yeah, Pain. Definitely Pain. And on the other side of the board, we've got representing another one of our family members' name is Scott Filsinger. We've got my buddy PhilGee.
Shoutouts to Scott.
Shoutouts to Scott and the Appalling Dragon.
Yeah.
What have you got for us, PhilGee?
I got a Sydri Galvanic Genius.
What does it do?
So it's a human artificer. I can pay 1 blue to give target non-creature artifact power and toughness equal to its converted mana cost until end of turn. And I can pay 1 black and 1 white to give target artifact creature death touch and lifelink until end of turn. Pretty sweet,
pretty sweet. So you animate artifacts and you have a guy that's pretty much untouchable.
Giant Leviathan.
Literally Giant Leviathan John Cena. And also, as a special guest here tonight, want to just say hello, bro?
Hi, my name is Michael. I'm Philly's friend.
And do you play EDH as well too?
Yeah, I started last August, so I play like almost every format. Like Philly was one who introduced me to like mostly like Modern, Legacy. I was more of an EDH player before, and like I don't know if you're interested in the deck I'm using now or.
Well, I didn't tell me like what's your favorite general you've come across so far?
So
in EDH?
My favorite is Jaya's Task Mage.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, and I played her 2 different ways. I played her as just like pure like I explode the board. And I, with Basilisk Collar, I gained like 120 life at one point. And like, the one I'm running now is...
Chris, like this guy over
I do. Just have him over for some episodes.
The version I'm running now is more like a stacks deck, so like I try to like kill the board, and as soon as something comes out, Jaya blows it up, and then I just, you know, make everybody not happy.
He'll be like that guy that has like distorting lens, like
yeah, exactly.
right away, like anything you play is gone.
That's what he was doing last night, he was distorting lens and everything. Alright,
so you gotta roll off camera to see which one of us would start first, and I guess it would be you in this case, PhilGee, for once. So why don't you go ahead?
I'll start us off here with Flooded Strand. So it's a fetch land for blue and white.
Love it.
Okay. Draw.
He's got the money, got the fetch land.
Go.
I'll fetch for...
Could make a joke and be like, why aren't you playing any fetch lands? It's only a monocolored deck.
Yeah, it's kind of
fetch lands are still good.
I wouldn't play it mono.
I'd rather just have regular island.
Unless you're playing some random. You know what I'd actually love to do one day, but I don't think anyone would be to
Type
do it.
1 tournament.
No, I want to do like a 4-player landfall deck or a landfall matchup. You have like
oh, Mana Bomb, where you just drop your hand.
Not even like I'm talking about like Ob Nixilis, the black one, that when you put a land to play gets like someone lose 3 life and gets counters. You have that.
Oh, like how you did the enchantment EDH.
Sort of, yeah. I want to do that one day, but
well, hey, that was. I thought we were gonna play the actual planes, and you came out with those enchantments.
Yeah, because
that was really sick.
I want to do something. I want to do something a little different. That's why.
That was the tournament where I lost. I couldn't win the 5 different color Magic decks. It was I needed to. I won with red, black, white, and blue.
Oh, you mean?
And I didn't have the green.
Francis just looked away because he was thinking about when he won the Magicans filled with Kalia, and he was all like,
Well, that was that tournament.
Yeah.
What'd you play?
Search for Azcanta. It's a legendary enchantment at the beginning of my upkeep. I look at the top part of my library.
Standard? Oh, dope card. Yeah.
And I may put it into the graveyard. If I have 7 or more cards in my graveyard, I may transform it, and it transforms into a land that adds a blue mana. And I can pay 3 to look at the top 4 cards of my library and reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them and put it into my hand.
Pretty
and the rest
sweet.
On the bottom. Pass.
I remember I used to have to make you like explain every card because back when I started editing, I mean I didn't know how to like put the cards on the screen there like that.
2 islands, 4 Burrell Chief of Complaints.
Oh, wow. Okay, someone
standard.
is getting a little serious here.
Yeah, Brawl.
Yeah.
Like when Brawl first came out, he was like 80% play rate as commander, like got insta banned.
Wow, what do you expect, man? Come on, that thing is a gross.
I paid 2 life here. I pay 2 life for the Hollow Fount. I'm gonna play Astrotoll.
Wow.
Shout out to Francis.
Start playing some zero casting cost spells.
Is there relentless death?
Oh boy. By the way, guys, thank you so much for getting us to 570 subs. We're so close to 600.
And time for 1.
Oh, the slap.
Oh,
Get that right there.
the disrespect. Alright, so the beginning of my keep Astrotoll will trigger.
Yeah.
And Searcher Azcanta will trigger. So I'll lay at the top. I will gladly.
This guy's got some trigonometries going over here.
I'll gladly put that.
So fair.
Do I?
This guy playing his lands in front. Again, as I said, MTG Mudsta with
Shoutouts
proof.
to MTG Mudsta.
I don't know, man. It's so much clearer in the front.
Wow.
Electronic Resonator.
Love that card.
What does that one do?
Underappreciated. It copies, I think, triggered effects.
Yeah, triggered abilities I control.
You pay 2 to copy a triggered effect.
Interesting.
And I'll pass.
Panharmonic. No, I'm saying, sorry. Never mind. I'll say Panharmonicon, but I'll be quiet.
Oh, you better believe.
You
better believe.
Another card I love.
Wait, I'll pay 2 for Black Blade Reforged.
Wow, that's interesting.
I'll pay 3 to equip it.
That's a legendary creature. I didn't think about that. That's kind of
So
funny.
it's +1/+1 for each land.
Land you control. That's a mighty big creature he's got there.
It's so weird.
That is weird.
Ain't no problem. Ain't no
Only on EDH Commander Channel will you see a Baral equipped with a giant sword.
I just been like I lost to a Brawl.
Alright.
Man, I think
Finish
he's
there,
done.
Francis.
Yeah.
I'd laugh if he still had 1 for the counter
Trigger.
spell just because.
Search. Keep that on top.
Arcane Denial you.
I'll play Primal.
The really important question that everyone's dying to know is, has he found Azcanta yet? Because he's searching for it.
No, I haven't found it yet.
I haven't closed actually.
Not even close, baby.
Start throwing things away, Philly.
It's unfortunate.
Start being quiet.
You're running in circles.
Instead of having like Nicolas Cage and the National Treasure should have been PhilGee in the search for Azcanta.
I'm gonna play Sydri.
There we go. Sydri is out. What's with a straight face? Here's probably my chair.
You're messing with my mojo here. I'm gonna pass.
I'm the reason he's gonna lose. He has a scapegoat now. It's all
I
good.
don't know. Seeing this, I think legit Appalling Dragon must be laughing out loud right now, going, I never thought to see a Brawl with a black blade of forge on it.
I'll put Temple of False Gods.
But
I'll pay
Card is
6.
crazy expensive.
It is.
First card I'll cast is Wonder.
Why would you hard cast that? But okay, it's a flyer, so fair enough.
And I'll put Divination.
Divination. Alright.
Oh, because you draw 2 cards. Here's 2! Oh, now he does it.
Okay.
Should count 1!
Whoa, what's going on?
It's okay, it's casual, I guess. I just don't. I'm just the first time I've ever.
Again,
first time you ever see someone play a Wonder, a hard cast a Wonder. Usually it's get that in the graveyard to give Brawl flying.
Yeah,
what's going on,
beatdown plan.
Yeah, I'll give him credit. No one really wants to block that. It's like when someone plays Brawn against you. It's like I don't want to block it because you're gonna give all your stuff trapped.
That's not good.
All right, so I'll animate the Stronic Resonator using Sydri Galvanic
Yep.
ability, and I'll block.
Block.
Okay.
And that, I guess you're done, sir.
You're finished?
Yeah, I'm done.
Alright. So upkeep, I'll add a
Yeah,
counter to
I'm
pass
done.
told. Scribe with the search. Alright, so for free, I'll cast Council Judgment.
Wow.
What's that do?
It's a sorcery. Will of the counter. With you, each player votes for a non-land permanent I don't control. Exile each permanent with the most votes or tied for the most votes. Do you understand?
So basically,
It doesn't look like.
No, but I mean, I remember when this mechanic first came out, it was very confusing. But in one-on-one, it's basically I vote for something, and if you vote, like for instance, if I vote for your Wonder, if you don't vote for your Wonder and you vote for your Baral, I exile both. But if I vote for the Wonder and then you vote for the Wonder, then I just exile the Wonder.
So basically, it's sort of like swordsing one of your Is it exiled or?
Yeah, it's swords is one of your permanents.
He's looking to get rid of probably the sword or I'd imagine the Brawl, which are the two most brutal permanents on your board. But
So basically, he played.
Womp.
Well, let's see if he's got.
Yeah.
What is that?
Mana Drain.
Mana Drain.
Where does this guy keep pulling Mana Drain from all the time?
Alright.
Okay, does that resolve?
Yeah.
How much mana does that cost?
3.
Okay, so Francis,
Yeah,
put a
3.
dice next to you with a 3, please, for next turn. I thought for sure PhilGee
So
had
that's
a
cheat count
counterspell
too,
waiting.
right? That's cheat count too.
Well, I find so because I didn't
Yeah.
know he had that because that's exactly what he used to beat me when we were playing the rematch for Kalia versus Una.
I can draw a card.
How? Oh, you're looting. You mean? Yeah, with the discard, I think too.
Yeah, it's just draw a
Draw
card.
this card.
Yeah. Is it the reverse effect of that, or the regular effect that's called looting, where you draw a discard or discard draw, or is it the same thing?
Rummage is discard draw.
Okay, so rummage is discard draw, and then looting is draw discard.
Yeah.
Well, Francis, I'm not done.
Okay.
Play Panharmonicon. How do you like them apples?
Well, he can't stop it, bro. He's tapped out. Unless he's got a force of will.
I forget what that one does. What does that one again?
Whenever he plays a... Oh, sorry.
If an artifact or creature I control... Well, if an artifact or creature entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent I control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, it's not the one where whenever
pass.
he plays a spell, he untaps all his permanents.
Was
Not
that
yet.
Paradox Engine?
Yeah. That there would just be like, oh, it's gonna play all my deck now.
Good old zombie, man.
You know?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Question mark?
Inkwell Leviathan.
Okay.
What is that?
7-11. The Island Walk Trample.
So you play a famous U.S. Depener as a card and think it's funny. 7-11? Really?
Yeah.
Really? What does it do?
It's a 7-11, and it's an Island Walk Trample with Shroud. We'll attack you with these two.
Alright, I'll take the 2 from the Wonder. And then I'll block with the Sydri on your big boy brawl.
Big boy brawl. Say that in the comments, guys. Hashtag big boy brawl.
And done.
Alright.
Wow. I probably wouldn't have played that. I'd probably gone for the Nezahal just so that I can start getting some card draw back off it. But.
Trigger, as we're told, trigger the search for Ascanta.
Hard the cards, PhilGee.
I mean, the cheat count is still coming up here, so. Wrath of God for free.
Which one?
Wrath of God.
Wrath of God, wow. Destroy all creatures, they cannot be regenerated. And you can see PhilGee's taking a risk because if that Wonder hits the graveyard, then that makes Nezahal all the more lethal.
Counterspell.
Oh, not again.
That's a regular counter spell. Counter. You bring a counter count. You didn't counter count. Are you looting? You have to call your looting.
Sorry,
sir.
so I'm not drawn.
That's okay.
And I
Need
will...
to discard.
I'll get rid of the Follower Stone.
As if you need the mana.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Display out planes.
Play my general again.
Yeah, Sydri is back.
General.
France is looking to lay on the hurt now.
Hey, get Nezahal up.
Yeah, it's time.
7. I'm gonna go Sphinx of this final word.
Okay, so hexproof. Can I
He's
counter?
5/5 flying, hexproof, cannot be countered, and all my spells or instants cannot be countered.
Sure.
Okay.
And I will swing with all 3. He has Island Walk.
Yeah.
So you take automatic 7 there.
I'm gonna block your
Oh, what?
brawl.
Roll. Okay, so you take 7, 9 total. And
Falling Dragon, meanwhile, is like probably yelling at the screen. Why are you not playing Nezahal? That's the whole point of the deck.
So
Gotta
trigger.
keep him waiting, man.
Seriously, Francis, why are you not playing
Trigger.
Nezahal? He's played so many non-creatures
Put this
spells
in the
now.
graveyard. Lightning Reefs.
Yeah.
I'll draw for turn.
Yes, sir.
How many cards on good sir?
2.
2.
And he's tapped out.
Could be a blue
I'll
spell
play the-
forcible.
That would be hilarious.
Play the
Or some random blue elemental blast. No, I'm kidding.
Mana Vault for free.
Yeah.
And I'll pass.
Scott right now has just kind of got like his fingers crossed. Scott Philsinger was like, come on, PhilGee, come on. Cyclonic Rift.
Shout out to Scott. I ain't gonna let you down, Scott. I'm still in here.
Meanwhile, Pauline Dragon's like, mwahaha.
7, I'll put no.
Can't be countered.
Alright.
And well, I'll attack again with everything I've got.
Yeah. Alright. I got something for you, Mr.
Oh.
Francis. Mr. Takes His Backsies right there.
Takes these
It's
backsies.
coming. The reckoning is here. It's like,
Oh, he got it! Cyclonic Rift! You get to draw a card though because of your
Yeah,
Nezahal, by the way.
Yeah.
But you could choose to use its other ability too if you want and discard a bunch of cards to exile it. But it's what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'll first.
All right, so well, we wouldn't go to your
No, it
commands,
goes
it
to
goes to your
your
hand.
Oh,
But
Well, can't you
everything else you have.
yeah, but why would you?
Because why
just
not?
creatures, right? I think.
Everything,
Everything.
everything that's non-land.
So you're a War Power Stone as well.
And I think you have to move to clean up and to start discarding some things, because how much cards your hand?
You have like 8 or 9 maybe?
Gotta be.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, you gotta discard 3 cards now.
Trash cards. Good job.
I'm assuming you're done, Francis?
I'm tapped out, so no choice.
Same behind
Alright, so
you.
he's gonna move to clean up. PhilGee, go ahead.
You don't mind?
Really, I was the same behind you the entire time, so I just like knew it was in your hand from the beginning.
That's
Yeah, way to
Cyclonic
say it.
Rift
Way to
was
say it on
clutch.
camera.
That was
Way to
clutch.
say it on camera.
Okay.
Let him know. Let him know that I had it. It wasn't no slow roll. It wasn't no lucky's thing. I'll search for his counter.
2.
Ooh.
Philly's never that lucky.
And did he just put the Wonder in the graveyard?
Yeah.
Things just became a little more difficult for you,
What are you
PhilGee.
talking about?
All his stuff now
I'm
goes
still
flying.
I'm still here.
And just thinking of the third card I want to get rid of.
I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna untap the mana wall here.
Are you gonna pay the 4 to untap? Wow.
Yep. I'm gonna pay 4 to untap.
I guess you're at 21. You don't want to pay any more life. Plus, you have your As Foretold to play spells, so you're good.
I'm gonna pass.
Okay.
Sorry, so as foretold, is it converted mana cost or cost of the card?
Converted mana cost.
And it's from your hand, right?
Nope.
So can't you just constantly cheat out your general at this point?
No, because you'd
No.
have to
You
pay
have
the
to pay
tax.
the- you still have to pay
Oh,
the
even
tax
if you have to pay the tax?
Yeah.
Okay.
Believe it or not, in our most watched video on the channel, there was an argument about being able to. You played the Power Stone, by the way?
Yes.
Okay. That, you know that card, the artifact where you can pay 5 to play a spell instead?
Yeah.
I think it's like Fist of the Suns or something like that.
Yeah.
If you do that for a general, you still have to pay
Yeah,
tax
really?
cost.
Okay.
No. For general, there's a rule where if you were to
It's- you
cheat it
just still
out
have
with
to pay
anything,
the
no
You
matter
tax.
what,
still
you
have
still
to pay the
tax.
commander tax.
Okay.
It's part of the rule
Yes.
of the game.
2 for Brawl.
We're all chef.
Brawl Chef.
And that'll be it for now.
PhilGee, you're in some trouble, sir. If that Nezahal comes out next turn, he has like ample cards to
Trigger a
discard.
search of his counter. Show me what's in your graveyard, mister.
You're looking at Wonder, you know it. It's all like, yeah, I want to get rid of that. It's like an I Tormod's Crypt. That would be so sick.
I'll keep this on top.
Alright.
And this triggers.
Wow, that's getting dangerous. I laugh at just out of nowhere he gets to 12 somehow for no, absolute no reason. You're in a tough spot. I'd like to see what you can do.
Pardon me?
You're in a tough spot.
Can you repeat what you just said?
Whoa, okay, is that a reanimate?
I'm playing reanimate.
So
that's
there's
a
a
reanimate.
reanimate. Billy, don't get too excited.
I think he's gonna take your Wonder.
No, I'm targeting the.
Well, wait, is it the 11-7?
Oh, the 7-11 is the one he discarded?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, sir. I'm gonna lay the smack down on you with your own card.
Ruh-roh. That could be a wave.
I think the coolest thing I ever saw somebody do was
Alright.
not
So
Tormod's
I lose
Crypt.
8 life.
You lose 8?
Yeah.
That puts-
No, it's 9. I apologize.
9?
Go to
9?
12. I think I'm just gonna sit pretty here and pass.
Well, yeah, you're in the driver's seat. So what do you have now, guy? You have a 7-11 with Shroud and.
Island Walk
Try
Trample.
walk trample.
So you, Francis, are on a clock now. You've got about 5 or 6 turns. And that's if he doesn't power it up somehow. Oh, hold on. He's got something that's coming out here.
The most busted part about the Eldrazi, like the legendary ones, were the fact that if you have one in your deck, you're immune to mill.
I think he's about to
So
play the
what?
dude.
I'll put Nezahal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you have no flyers?
Nope. Well, he has the guy you took from
I
you.
have the guy I took from
So
you.
you're pretty much sitting almost even at this point. But at this point, if it comes down
Yeah, it's
to a
not flyer,
race,
though.
No, it's a 7-11
it's
Island
Island
Trample.
Walk.
No, I'm just saying. Because
Because you have Wonder in your grave.
Oh, you want to attack me for 1 damage?
yeah, just attack you for 1.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'll take one. Alright. So, trigger here.
So whatever you play from now on is free of charge.
Trigger.
Oh, he got something good, I think.
Well, I'll keep that on top.
And it's
I'll
whatever
draw
it
it.
is free.
And I'll flip the search for Escanta because I have 7 cards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 or more. Yes. Finally.
He found it.
Land!
Dun, 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 dun.
I found it!
You like the Link thing. Dun, 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 dun.
The City of Gold.
Yep.
Alright. Well, Francis, you've been very rude to me.
Ho ho.
How many cards do you have in your hand?
A lot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well,
And you can make it more if you want by playing stuff that are not
I'm
creatures.
gonna play Dragon Lord Solomgar for free with that as foretold. The Panharmonicon will trigger. So I get to do this ability twice, which is when it enters the battlefield, I gain control of target creature or planeswalker for as long as I control him.
So are you? I imagine you're
playing.
planning to save your general at this point, at the very least, or counter it outright if you have one. But you only have 1 mana open, so.
I guess I'll have to save my general.
Yep. So pitch 3 and exile that. Meantime, Michael, want to take that Nezahal out of there? Oh, thank you very much, Francis. And why don't you go ahead and reach over and take his brawl, because it's yours for sure. Jump, jump, jump.
That.
It smells good.
1, 2, and
Another one to my horde.
Yep. Oh, he even discarded the sword.
Oh,
His
I like
infamous
that.
sword. I'm surprised he got
And
rid
a
of that.
counter spell? Oh, Francis, you're too
Well, I only
kind.
have 1 land to use as
I'm
useless.
kind of surprised he ditched the sword. That could have been a one-shot kill with the if he got a hit off next turn.
Well,
with
here you
that.
go. You're gonna get a taste of your own medicine here,
Right,
Francis.
take
You're gonna
7.
take 7 here.
Yep, when I came into the end phase of PhilGee's turn. Just think, if you had kept that sword, you might have killed him in this turn. Who knows? Oh no, he has the dragon, so.
I'm gonna go for 1, 2, 3 on the side and 5.
Well,
War of Invention.
Okay, so I see what you're talking about. So it's Word of Invention for 5x,
Yeah,
if I'm not
5 or
mistaken.
less. Give me a second, I'll tell you.
Alright.
3.
just enough to save it one more time. You attacking, sir? Or are you going to
Attack
end
you
your
for
turn?
Yeah, attack you for 7.
block with my 3/5 flying death touch.
Alright, so Nezahal goes back to the command zone and that dragon is very dead.
Yep.
Alright, he gets back his brawl. That's no. It's tap still. Alright, AffiliateG, I guess it's back to you.
End of turn. I will use this Kanta to look at the top 4 cards of my library and reveal a non-creature and non-land card. Put it into my hand.
Yes, sir.
Active negation.
Counterspell. Well, it had to happen at some point. This is a free counterspell.
Alright, now I'll drop for my turn. This takes up. Apologize.
It's gonna be. You can play anything you want at this point. I don't think you play anything on that high.
It's higher than 8.
Yeah.
Well, for free, I'll play Ashen Rider.
Wow. Exile a permanent.
So I can, when it enters the battlefield or dies, I exile target permanent.
What is your choice, sir?
I have 2 choices. There's a Panharmonica.
Oh!
So I'm going to exile the Gilded Lotus.
Let's tap it first.
Okay.
And I'll attempt to counter spell.
Oh, well then you can just counterspell it.
What, that was another counterspell? What was that?
It's a...
Cancel.
Oh, cancel. Okay. I'm surprised he didn't pack.
You know what? I'm going to respond.
Yeah.
I'm going to respond. I'm going to search for his Kanta here.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to let go of that pack, man.
He does not. He's saving it just in case because his life is at 11, so I can't blame him.
Oh, it's non-creature.
Yeah.
Okay, well I'll reveal Mystic Confluence. Cast said Mystic Confluence.
Ouch.
So I'm gonna choose 3 modes. I'm gonna counter that spell unless you pay 3. I'm gonna return this to your hand, and I'm gonna draw a card.
Okay, sir, so you have 2 triggers with your Ashen Rider that resolves.
I'll exile a land and... Or you know what? I'll exile your double land and the artifact.
Ouch.
And I will draw a card for Mystic Confluence.
AffiliateG doing his Yu-Gi-Oh thing here.
Good attacks. Swing you for a 7. Pass. It's funny how it's quiet all of a sudden. I mean,
Well, it's gotten to be a serious game, I guess. Francis does have 7 mana, so there's that to look forward to here.
Wait, he's 9, right?
To get his Nezahal back, yes. He
6,
hasn't
7.
gotten any kind of card draw off of it.
Sphinx of the final word.
oh, I can't get rid of that.
And well, he doesn't have haste, so
He has to fly.
go ahead.
Okay, so attack.
What would be really scary is if AffiliateG has any sort of bounce material, because if he does, that Ashen Rider is going to be even more brutal.
I'm gonna pay 4 to untap and then take this up.
He's still taking it up like it matters.
Draw your turn. We'll go to attacks. 7.
In favor of Scott, Phil Singer, and AffiliateG.
Play planes. Okay, well, I'll play Solemn for free. Trigger it twice, the Panharmonica.
Yep. Will ye be doing any attacking this turn?
I already attacked for 7.
Oh, that's true.
Equal. Would you like to cut my deck, Francis?
Yeah.
He's not concerned with that at the moment.
No. Trying to figure out how I can survive.
I'm playing new disc.
Neveral's Disc. Wow. if he gets, does he play well, the Darksteel's Forge? Because if he does, then that spells the end for Francis. Cyclonic Rift. Even evacuation at this point would be alright, but.
One for soaring.
If he had one more mana, he could have brought back his good buddy, the ultimate Primal Tide. That Search of Azcanta has been doing some incredible work for you, MrPhilGee.
Yes,
That
sir.
card is insane.
Guys, if you're playing any kind of blue whatsoever, that search is worth it.
Well, Francis, thinking I'd like to take the time to tell everybody about my YouTube channel.
Yeah, why would you do that as he's playing his turn
Okay,
there?
well, I'm gonna.
Oh, never mind. The guy won't give you a free plug. I'm the mad scientist. Give me a free
The
plug.
kicker's not gonna be that useful right now.
Oh,
anyways.
you played the Soul Ring?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to mess with it.
I put Slin Voda.
What's your Slid Voda do?
If I kicked it, I would have turned all those creatures except for Leviathans and Krakens, all that stuff to their owner's hands.
Okay, you're tapped down?
Yeah.
He's tapped out.
Okay, well, I'll just...
Pact of Negation. That is counterspell.
I think that's just.
Alright.
And, well, I'll attack you for 5.
Alright, I'll block with the Ashen Rider.
How big is the Ashen Rider?
It's a 5/5.
Oh, they're both 5/5s.
Okay.
Okay, so trade off.
How many islands do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'll just exile the Soul Ring.
Wow. Oh, is it when it leaves play too?
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
it enters and leaves.
Ashen Rider's so good. I don't know why I used to think Angel Despair was better.
I meant like your turns over.
Just need to get like a
Both turns
cooler
are probably
picture with like the tiger being ridden by Saber, for
I'm
example.
gonna pay 5 for the...
Yes, for the pact, so you don't lose the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna use this.
You need 2 blue in there.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. There we go.
This monster with his lands in front.
Just,
Are you taking one
Shadows
from
MTG
the?
mod stuff.
Are you taking out one for the?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to this
You're
turn.
at 10.
Draw for turn. Well, no, I'm gonna take the Astro Toll up. Draw.
Still takes the Astro Toll up.
I have to pay.
Now all Francis has to do is draw, play Sonic Blast, copy it twice, and wins. Take 12.
I'm gonna use the Sydri as my free spell. I paid 4 for tax. Well, I hope he can't kill me either.
if he
Well,
did,
for-
that'd be the biggest comeback ever
I'll take
in the
you for
history of
9.
the channel.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pass.
This is it. It all comes down to
What
this.
way could you deal 10 on this turn?
I told him. He used to like play Sonic Blast, then he has to play Twin Cast, and then it has to play another way that copies it a second
Snapcaster.
time. Snapcaster, there you go. And then that's game.
Part of the cards from feeling that one.
Oh, it's unfortunate.
Hey, you came freaking close, man.
That was close. That was close.
Untap the 2 lands to, oh yeah, sorry, and then get out of here with that, Francis.
What was the next card?
There you go. It was a really good game, though.
Okay, shake hands. Well done to both of you.
Yeah.
All right, real quick before we wrap up this week's episode, first, I want to say good job to both of you. PhilGee actually has a YouTube channel. I'm going to put a link in the description below. Why don't you tell us what it's all about for your YouTube channel?
Well, honestly, it's just for fun. I play a lot of Rainbow Six Siege. I'm top 1% in the world in Rainbow Six Siege on PlayStation 4, the console. And I post cool clips of like every session I play. I have a couple clips and I throw them up there. I have a lot of videos because the clips are very short and whatnot. So it's just kind of think of like a highlight in sports. You know, it's like a highlight reel is like basically what my channel is. It's just a bunch of random highlights of me doing crazy maneuvers and in Rainbow Six Siege against some of the best players, some of the worst players, and with my friends.
Now, just tilt your head in the camera and tell people the name of the name of the YouTube channel itself.
It's MrPhilGee altogether.
So there you go, guys. So it's MrPhilGee. Description to the link of the YouTube channel below. So go check him out if you indeed like such things as Rainbow Six FPS. He also plays some Injustice, by the way, which he's very modest about. So he's really good at that too. Also, I'd like for you guys to start posting the comments for the person on the left who is actually incredibly talented at making Gunpla. Oh, yeah. And I'm trying to convince him, like mad, to make his YouTube channel based around it.
First, I would require a camera that I don't have.
Oh, I can lend you mine anytime.
Use your phone, man.
Even your phone. Just so we get like a good clean shot at, like, for example, that one you got recently, Wing Gundam Fenice.
Yeah, get your girl to film you.
Yeah, or get one of your buddies to come by and just film it. But either way, let us know in the comments, guys. Please make this guy make his Gunpla YouTube channel a thing.
Oh, before we end though, I'd like to shout out MTG Mudsta because he's a man from the neighborhood where we used to play Friday Night Magic every single Friday with him, and all of a sudden now he's doing it big with the hobby that we all love.
25,000 subscribers.
Yeah, MTG Mudsta, man.
Millions of views, and he was even kind enough to let me play on 2 of his episodes.
Oh, definitely, man. I couldn't be happier. If there's anybody that deserves to get recognition for playing the hobby, it's him. A man like MTG Mudsta.
It's him. Or also Dario. Dario would be another guy if he had his own channel.
Oh, Dario also one of the vets along with BT, Kyle Hislop.
I'm hardly a vet, man. I'm not good enough to be
Kyle Hislop, BT, and Dario. Those are like the 3 kings when I was a kid growing up. Those are the 3 kings.
I'm hardly a king. I'm like the court jester. Alright guys, that's it for this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed watching it. We really appreciate you tuning in. Want to just say thank you as always for the support for all of our viewers, subscribers, and fans. You guys are the best. And if you aren't already part of the BT Game Night EDH Commander Challenge family, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, smash the notification bell, so you know every time EDHCC drops a new video. Until next time, thank you guys for watching. I'm your host, BT. Reminding you to check out all of the videos on the channel and continue to join our game. It's now your turn. Cheers!